Hold on, caller.
Caller, are you there?
Are you there?
I'd picked up the wrong.
I am here. Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you loud and clear.
All right.
Loud and clear.
Tell us who you are and where you're calling from, and then ask your question.
Or questions.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
This is Facebook name Adhiambo Das, government name's Rosalind O, WhatsApp name Black Pearl.
Okay.
Black
And OneMicShow Viola Davis.
Okay. All right, Miss Viola.
Viola.
Sasa, the doctor has seemed to answer most of the questions I actually had prepared. But I just want to know what his opinion is. Basically, I'm coming to him based on previous broadcast on the Spice FM show that he did in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
So number one, I want to know, does he have any statistics on how COVID has affected fertility or infertility? And I'm asking this question based on the fact that I don't know about Kenya, but if you all recall, in the States here, there was a lot of deaths following COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would get all these other reports daily almost about how women especially complained how COVID affected their cycles. From a personal experience, I had COVID in May of 2022, and I didn't see my period from April until July. And when I did see it, it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, do you have any statistics on if and how much COVID affected fertility or infertility, and especially the men?
Mm-hmm.
I have more questions, but I don't know if I should roll them together.
Let's start with this one. Let's start with this one, and then
can I clarify what do you mean by weird?
Okay, so all my HIPAA information is gonna be out here, but basically, I used to have a regular period. Now I'm an older chick. Okay, let's just get that right. Mm-hmm. I'm over 35. I'm over 45, but I'm not yet menopausal.
Mm-hmm.
When I got COVID, I didn't see my period, and then when I got it, I got less than half a teaspoon.
Okay.
And it was not the right color.
All right.
Okay,
All right. Thank you so much. Just stay put at this with your other questions.
After this, then
and then we'll come back to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Viola, for that question. No, in Kenya we don't have those statistics. Neither do I have those statistics. I remember I mentioned about the conference I attended in California. Mm-hmm. Actually, one of the sessions was actually dedicated to that, trying to analyze and look at the effect of COVID on fertility or infertility, for that matter. Now, having said that, I've had, now that you mentioned it, I think about 3 or 4 patients who came to me and they mentioned exactly what you're saying, that once they had, they got infected with COVID, their periods actually changed. And I think 2 or 3 of them said the periods, first of all, they took longer to come, that is one. And then after that, the characteristic of the period was completely different. They were heavier and clotier, which had never happened before. So there could be some inference, because now what I'm saying is anecdotal evidence, is not evidence which is taken from different places. But I think, and several papers have actually been published on that in that respect, where they noticed that there was a slight change, or even there's, as you say, the weird change in the periods. So yes, there is a very high possibility that post-COVID there will be issues with the periods. In the men, again, this is what we are talking about. Men don't come out. Men don't talk about these issues.
And we need to talk about that.
And they will not come out and talk about that. And by the way, it is not only Kenyan men or African men, for that matter.
Yeah.
I attended a conference. I think it was in Austria. I think 2 years ago, and there was a professor from Denmark, I think, if I remember well. And we had this session again about male infertility. And what he came out, he said, look, I went on a show just like this one. I sent an anonymous message. I said, let men call and talk about any issues of infertility that they have, and they don't have to identify themselves. We don't want them to actually to give their names. They just call and say, look, I am a gentleman. I'm so many years, and this is the issues I'm having. And guess what? Not one man called. And that was in Denmark, which is a developed country. I was sort of happy in a way, if you can put it that way, and I lifted up my hand and I said, so in this respect, we are the same. Whether you are in developing countries or whether you are in developed countries, men don't want to talk about issues of infertility.